Oh, hi. Welcome to the Fantasmagorium show. The Friday free-for-all cannot be stopped. We are back. On today's show, Cameron Coleman brings us the latest VOT news update from 7 on 7. Turge, Steve, and myself are going to discuss their top 10-ish underrated gems in their personal video collections. Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Que sera, sera. Let's go.
And we are live.
Hey, Steve, what's going on? I feel like I haven't seen you all week.
I know, because you haven't.
Oh, wow.
But you know what? It's awesome to do the show with you again here on Friday, man. I missed doing the shows.
Me
I didn't
too.
know I was going to miss doing them as much as I did. I'm like, man, I got to get back to doing them shows. I don't know what the schedule is going to be like for next week, and we'll kind of try to figure that out. But I can't wait to get our daily show kicked back in some capacity, in some way, at some time during the day.
Yes, absolutely. Luckily, we still have Cult Classic Movie Corner. Hey, Turge, What's going on, bud?
Hey. Well, I'm fine. Enjoying a quiet night over here in Norway. It's been a hot, nice day. I went to a meeting at the soccer club. Normal, everyday stuff.
You can say
boring
football.
Stuff. Football
soccer. Club for the kiddos.
Yep.
Awesome.
And then you guys talked about doing a top 10 list of underrated movies, and I said, let's go.
Yeah,
let's go. So we did Cult Classic Movie Corner, which is up on we did that. You guys did that yesterday. Very, very well. So that's up on the channel right now. We also did Set to Stun on Monday and did Martini's Gadgets and Guns on Wednesday. And those were two great shows that ran pretty long for, actually longer than I think either show had gone previously, because they were just a lot of fun to do. And there was lots to talk about. So those are up on the channel right now. So check
no
those
pun
out.
intended for Martini's Gadgets and Guns. There was a cat fight.
There was a little bit of a cat fight. But it was fun. Super good. Just check that out right now. Yeah, if you want to on the channel. Not right now, obviously. But put it on your
afterwards
watch list for later. But I guess before we do anything else, let's get the VOT news out of the way, and we'll jump into our top 10s.
Sounds good.
September may bring crisp fall weather, but we're bringing you a breath of fresh air with real news reporting. Hi everyone, I'm Cameron Coleman, and welcome to 7 on 7, bringing you VNN's top 7 news stories from around the globe.
God, I love that band.
In our lead story, the Federal Bureau of Superhuman Affairs seems to have strong-armed VOT International into a new partnership that FBSA claims will root out the bad apples amidst their superhuman community. No comment from VOT CEO Stan Edgar, but Congresswoman Newman, unsurprisingly, couldn't pass up the chance to hear herself speak. Let's take a listen to what she had to say.
For too long, members of the superhuman community have played by their own rules. Through a joint effort with VOT International, we'll work together to see that heroes who engage in over-aggressive, rogue conduct and unlawful activities are held accountable to the very same laws that they claim to uphold.
Wow. A few, and we're talking a minuscule fraction of these so-called bad apples, and Victoria Newman is already calling for America's heroes to be rounded up. Not only is this completely irresponsible, it jeopardizes the safety of our nation. Unbelievable. In true celebration of America's freedoms, VOT's recent Galgear Tactical Firearms for Women launch continues to be a hot seller. Ladies across the country, as well as some men, are snatching up the popular pink pistols faster than a speeding bullet, with product sales seeing a nearly 200% increase since their debut, proving that just because you need to stay safe doesn't mean you can't do it in style. Obviously, not the track news we were expecting him to drop, but A-Train released his new single, Faster, last week. And while fans seem to be loving the new single that's speeding up the charts, recent VOT buzz polls show that everyone agrees that yes, this was a bit of a nice surprise, but they're more anxious to see the blue blur back to doing what he does best, running. Following a long absence from the public eye, Homelander was the guest of honor this week at the grand opening of Whataburger in Logan, Utah. The leader of the Seven seemed back to his old charismatic self as he smiled for pictures and spent time with fans, all while enjoying his signature Big Homie burger with side
Big Homie
Freedom Tots and a vanilla American milkshake.
Yeah.
Great to see Homelander back and surrounded by his fans. Truly an inspiration for all of us. Coming up, Votland's inclusion, expansion, a San Diego super stunner, and more after this. Come on back.
With VOT Plus, you have the power to control the greatest content in the world.
Nice.
Enjoy the action and the excitement of all of your favorite VOT Studio films and series. Plus,
Stay informed with reliable news you can count on from people you can trust. Plus,
Never miss a game. 24/7 coverage of your favorite sports teams. Plus.
Not you, Black Noir. You're
programs
gold.
for women that tell the stories
We want to see.
plus.
From urban beats to city streets. Shows that put diverse voices front and center.
Oh, that's funny.
timeless.
Oh, that's funny.
heroes who may be gone, but are never forgotten. Plus,
Plus.
Plus,
Plus. VOT Plus.
the world's premier super streaming service.
sign up now.
Or I will laser you to death.
Right.
Starlight and Queen Maeve came together for a very special team-up of unity and diversity this week as they broke ground on Votland's newest park, Brave Maeve's Inclusive Kingdom, replacing the park's long-standing Queen Maeve's Battle World. The Seven's diva duo stood tall and proud amidst a record-breaking crowd of LGBTQ supporters, spreading a double rainbow of tolerance across the entire park. VOT Sports recently announced that Moonshadow, the West Coast Census scrambling bombshell, will be gracing the cover of their annual Super Swimsuit Spectacular issue next year. The San Diego-based superheroine continues to take charge with a body-positive persona that's seeing her popularity continue to go up as her city's crime rate keeps going down. Seems like this is one rising hero that VOT executives and the rest of the world won't be able to take their eyes off of. I know I'll be getting my copy. Okay, this is ridiculous. In today's final story, despite consistent and repeated allegations from the mainstream media, VOT continues to deny any affiliation with the Sage Grove Center, the psychiatric facility accused of testing Compound V on its patients. Sources say VOT is apparently so appalled by the unethical treatment of patients at this facility that they are planning to purchase the building, which experienced extensive fire damage, and convert it into a new global wellness center. Amazing. Nothing like ending on some good news. It gives us hope for the future and pride in a great American company. Well, that's all for now. So for me and everyone here at VOT Tower, stay true to the red, white, and blue, and I'll see you next time.
Stealing my signature.
I know, right?
Sign off.
Always from the smaller creators do they steal.
That's right. Oh boy. So the VOT Plus. So we've already established on the show that Scotty and I's favorite part are the commercials, but they really outdid themselves with the VOT Plus. I mean, the satire dripping off of that is just amazing. It was really well done.
Kind of reminiscent of how they had these fake commercials in RoboCop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That were very laced with like satire and black comedy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Is there a release date for the Boys season 3 yet, or no?
I don't know if there is or not. I don't think I've heard of one. Not a solid date yet. No.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that they're putting these things out just to sort of fill the need.
Yeah, totally. I think they're great.
Oh yeah, I
not only
devoured
is this,
those 2 seasons.
Yeah, not only is the satire in the news articles fun and funny, but like, you know, the commercials have just been home runs each time.
I still like the was it the pillow? It wasn't the pillow. It was something. Anyway.
Yeah, the first one,
really,
right? Yeah, the first one was really good.
Everything about those are just they tickle me. It's also like when they did the WSIB news for the Marvel around Civil War.
Yeah.
I thought that those were great.
They were.
Do you want to do a couple of quick bullet points of what happened throughout the week? We got a Matrix trilogy. Any thoughts on that? Or not Matrix trilogy, but trailer. Any thoughts on that?
A whole new trilogy.
Whole new trilogy. Well, a lot of people are saying this is going to kick off a trilogy. I don't know.
Maybe
For the Matrix,
Resurrections.
So I finally got to see it this morning, and I thought it looked great. I know some people are already talking major shit on it, and they were doing that even before they saw the trailer, just for kind of what they thought were leaks or with the story plot leak or whatever. And I'm like, you know what, dude? What I've seen so far and what I've heard about this thing, this looks great and it sounds good, and it sounds like a kind of a unique take on, maybe not exactly unique, but maybe looking at the Matrix through a different lens, right? Mm-hmm. And the characters obviously with the what seems to be amnesia. It just, I don't know, man. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see it.
Terje?
Yeah, I wasn't like amazed by the trailer, but I don't know exactly what to expect. I'm very positive about the movie. I'm really looking forward to seeing it, and I want to love it. And like I said, I was on Tim Possible's channel when the teaser came out, the website teaser. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I said there is like, it's been so long since they did the trilogy. So I just really hope that they have a good story to tell now that time has passed, that they're not rushing into anything, because so much time has passed that they really should have a good story to tell, or they shouldn't. So optimistic. Yes.
Well, and I'm the one who's going to be not a poo-poo, the cautiously optimistic, but I don't think it deserves the parade that a lot of people are giving it. I only have one question, and this is where I'm sort of reeling it in. Does no one remember Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? Like number 4 after an extended
not relevant, Scotty.
Sorry?
Not relevant, Scotty.
It may be apples and oranges, but they're all fruit, is all I'm saying.
No. Well, I think a lot of people are reacting to the trailer because of the updated look to the Matrix, right? I think that's what the shine is right now. More so than, I don't think you got much of the story. You got a little bit of it in there, but I think they just like the shine of the updated look of the CGI and stuff.
Kat, did you have any thoughts on the Matrix Resurrections trailer?
I liked it. Some good talking points. It feels on the one hand like they're repeating plot points from the original film, so I'm wondering where the branch off is going to be, because you see in the trailer that it's the same Neo from the end of the third movie being like repaired and put back in the pod. So that's kind of interesting, because it begs the question, why would the machines do that? So right. I am intrigued as to where they're going with it. And I think that this has a much better long-standing ideas behind it necessarily than, Indiana Jones 4.
The only real hope I have is that they don't go in and like retcon everything that's already happened, because I in basic I hate that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I you know what? I think they might. I think this, but I think what, in my opinion, they're not going to actually change what you've seen. So what we got in the 3 movies will never go away. It'll always stand. But I think it's going to be you're going to see those 3 stories through a different lens, and then give you a new adventure. And whether that turns into a trilogy, which it might not. I thought it was interesting that Lana Wachowski directed it without Lily, right? And mm-hmm. Lily, when asked, said that she thought that they'd told the story already and didn't know that they really wanted to go back. And I that kind of gave me a little pause, because I'm like, wait, Well, the sisters talk to each other about it, right? I mean, so she should know what this new movie is about. So that gave me a little pause because I'm like, oh, well, I hope they don't think it's a bad idea. And I don't, and that's not what she said. She didn't say it was a bad idea. She's just like, I didn't really need to be involved in it because she just wasn't excited enough about the material, I guess, because she felt she'd been there and done that.
Well, and apparently there was also workload issues with Lily as well.
She didn't bring that up in this particular article, so I don't know. Okay. I'm just kind of wondering if they skipped it because it had already been out there, or if that was kind of a. Go ahead.
She also said that she didn't want to revisit the whole Matrix thing because she said she wasn't really in a good place mentally and all that when they made those movies. So that might be another thing.
It could be. It could be.
Because they both made those movies before they changed
transitioned. Yeah.
The transitions in their life. Yeah. So I can get that if that was something going on within them at that point. It's tough going back to that place.
Yeah, I can also respect the fact that she just maybe didn't want to go back to that headspace that she thought she might have to go to tell a Matrix story again.
Yeah.
And then
what else happened this week?
Moving right along, we had Star Trek Day happened on Wednesday, September 8th. There was a gala with a red carpet event that was hosted by people who didn't know how to pronounce Ricardo Montalban, called Catherine Janeway, Kate Janeway. I say it lovingly. They didn't know. And apparently a bunch of people didn't show up. There was supposed to be a Picard panel, but Patrick Stewart didn't show up. And so there were questions abound, and it sort of reminded me back at I think it was the 30th anniversary special or the 40th anniversary special when Ben Stiller was on and they tried to make it into an awards show kind of thing. But an interesting celebration. I think that's all on the Star Trek YouTube channel. You can check it out if you so desire. But yeah, Star Trek Day. I watched Star Trek and it was a fun time. So I just wanted to throw that out there as an acknowledgement, and I'm sure that there was a ton of other news. I
didn't watch any of that coverage. I was too busy watching the final season of DS9 in its entirety. So
nice.
I had a fun time. I was under the weather this week. Not the whole week, but for the last couple of days, and so it was just warm blankets, cuddled up in bed, and Star Trek. So it was nice.
There's no weather in space, so you went to the right place.
That's right.
Perfect. All right. Shall we start discussing our gems? We should have 40-ish of them.
Yeah.
I'll go first. You want to go first? You go for it, Steve.
Go.
Yeah, just because it was kind of my idea, and usually I ask everybody else for their ideas, for the shows, but this was something that kind of came to me, and I was like, because I was looking at my collection over the last weekend, and I'm like, you know what? And I was trying to figure out what we should do for the show. And I'm, all right, let's try it out. So they say if you don't have the physical media, it never happened, right? So I do have the physical copies. So my very first one, and these are in alphabetical order because that's how I keep my collection. I know I'm fucking weird, but whatever. The first one is Basquiat.
Ooh.
So it's hard. Yeah, there we go. So
I know that movie.
This movie's really good. Just the stars alone: David Bowie, Dennis Hopper, Gary Oldman, Jeffrey Wright, and Benicio del Toro. There's other Claire Fulani's in. I mean, it's amazing, right? Fulani. That's number one.
Yeah, Bowie playing what's his name? The Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol. Yeah. Very, dude. And the performances in that movie are outstanding. Jeffrey
Stunning.
Wright. It's what put Jeffrey Wright on the map for me. It's the very first thing I seen him in.
Yeah, same here.
It was, whoa, dude, this guy's for real. And you just love his voice and the way he acts. The part, it's really good. So my second one is Buffalo 66.
Ooh.
So Buffalo 60, another great movie that I feel is underrated. Now we didn't define underrated. I know there's a bunch of different kinds of definitions for underrated, but for this is just what you felt is underrated or maybe underappreciated.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the other one. My number 3 here, or my next one, is Death to Smoochie.
Ooh, interesting.
So Death to Smoochie, I think is super underrated. Not a lot of people know about how great this movie is. Robin Williams, what's his name? The
Hulk?
No. The late night guy.
Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart's in the movie. Jon Stewart has a really cool part. It's small, but give me Smoochie. Anyways, Death to Smoochie. If you haven't seen it, see it. It's good.
I actually reviewed that movie when it came out via a
Awesome.
review disc. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it was. I really like that one. Liked it since it came out. My next one on the list is Identity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to get the glint off of there. There we go.
There we go.
So, yep. Identity. Really good movie starring John Cusack, Ray Liotta, and Amanda Peet. Love
And
that
John
movie.
C. McGinley. Isn't John C. McGinley in that flick?
Yeah. It's a really good movie. But I feel like all of these movies are really good movies. I'm going to say it for everyone. Next on the list is It's All Gone, Pete Tong.
All right. Well, I'll take mine out of the list.
You don't take it out.
I'll take it out.
That's awesome, dude. It's All Gone, Pete Tong. You know, being a DJ and in the kind of rave scene for as long as I was, when this movie came out, it spoke to me in ways that I probably can't communicate here on a YouTube channel. But this is actually a really good movie. It's very kinetic. So if you like kind of beats DJ movie with a twist, it's cool.
I haven't seen it, but it's on the short list for Cult Classic Movie Corner.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The next one I think is critically rated probably perfectly, but I think this is underrated. I don't think a lot of people have seen this movie. And when I was in the early mid 90s to the early 2000s, I went through this weird phase of just I wanted to see all the indie movies I could ever see, right? I was got this love for indie movies. And anyways, so this is one of those that came out during that time, and it's Into the Wild. It's Sean Penn's first film, I think.
Like directorial? Yeah.
I think so. I could be wrong, but yeah, the Into the Wild, great movie. Seriously great, based on a true story, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I believe it is.
Next one, in that same kind of vein, although the Academy loved this movie too, but this is a movie I really love. It's called In the Bedroom.
Oh, I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. In the Bedroom, great stars in this. In fact, I can't see. Sissy Spacek, Tom Wilkinson, I should say, and others. Marissa Tomei.
I was going to say, when are you going to say Tomei?
Yeah, right. Aunt May is in it.
Aunt May is in it.
Yeah. In the Bedroom, great movie. Another one is talking about indie films that kick ass. Pie.
Oh shit, dude! Yo, wow.
So this is another one of my favorite movies of all time.
I have such strange memories from that movie.
Such a
ditto.
Good movie.
I watched
Make a movie about math.
I watched it while getting furiously drunk. Didn't understand anything.
Here's one that a lot of people in our circles I think don't like, but it's one of my favorites. Is one of those kind of go-to movies, guilty pleasure movies for me, and it's called The Order.
Ah, yes.
Oh, is that the Heath Ledger? Yeah.
So
that's when there was a whole slew of those exorcism movies that came out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with Peter Weller.
Peter. Oh, yeah. Peter Weller's in this, and he plays the Black Pope in this. Oh, it's so good. And Mark Addy.
Robo Pope.
Mark Addy's in it. I love Mark Addy too. So it was that Shannon Sossaman. It's that whole kind of crew that did 3 or 4 of those the movies together. And then the last one is kind of a bonus. Oh shoot, we lost Cat. Felicia pop back in. But the last one, kind of a bonus, is The Last Temptation of Christ.
Ooh, Criterion even. Excellent. Yeah. Does that have an audio commentary?
I would, you know what? I think so.
Okay. That's a fascinating
I think
film.
So.
Provocative
look again,
movie.
It's a little dark in here right now. I can't read that small print without
fair
light.
enough.
But yeah, Last Temptation, it's such a great movie and one of my favorite Scorsese movies. Absolutely. Anyway, so that's my, I think 11, top 11, or 10 with a bonus list.
10-ish.
Who wants to go next?
Terje?
I can go. See you later. No.
Bye. See you.
Oh, horrible joke.
Okay,
let's put something down. Okay. My first movie in my I also went for movies I have on physical media because I decided that was going to be the rule today.
No, you know what? Just to interrupt, I think it's a good rule. Just simply because it's hard to show your like I have some really good ones on in digital, but in my digital library, but it's hard to show those. So
yeah, it is. And the movies you have on physical media are many times the movies that you like the most. I used to have a larger physical media collection, but when I moved to a smaller apartment, I had to put some of the discs in like big folders, but I still like display all my favorites, and I've not stopped buying movies, so I constantly get into space problems, but so do we all.
There's one I'd love to add. I wanted to put on the list, but I don't have the physical media copy.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh man, that sucks. But I won't bring it up because it's probably on one of yours.
Maybe.
And
okay,
if not, we'll talk about it later.
The first one I have here is To Live and Die in LA.
That's got if you're a fan like most of us are of the Burnett work, you'll know why that's such a funny inside joke.
It's an inside joke. It's coming out on 4K. I can't wait. This is probably like the third time I've owned this movie, the Arrow Blu-ray. Talking about Robert Meyer Burnett, he is actually the guy who years and years ago got me to see this movie and turned me onto it. So
yeah, it's a good movie.
Ever since, it's been one of my favorite movies. Such a great cast. The music is amazing, and it's just so fucking exciting. So I can watch this movie anytime, and it has like one of the very best car chase scenes ever.
Oh yeah,
well,
good one.
All right.
Next on my list is Brawl in Cell Block 99.
Yeah, another good one.
Yeah. When I saw this movie like years ago, I was just totally amazed at how the movie was made. It felt like really old school. The fight scenes are like one big take. There's no like advanced choreography. It just feels like this guy is just going around smashing people to pieces, and I just enjoyed seeing it. And the whole story is just amazing. What he has to put himself through to do what he thinks is the right thing. Then I'm gonna do a horror movie that is fairly new and modern, but it scared the bejeebus out of me. It Follows.
I really like that too.
Amazing soundtrack by this guy who I can't remember the name of. The movie is basically an allegory for sexual disease, but there's something about having an invisible force that can change shape, just follow you around wherever you are, and you're just counting the seconds till it's going to catch up and kill you. Wherever you are, whatever you do, you can't survive unless you pass it on, and it's the concept is amazing. Then we're going old school horror with this is really shiny. I'm going to take it out of the slipcase. William Lustig's Maniac Cop.
Oh yeah, Maniac
nice.
Cop.
Yeah, this is one of those movies that I at a very young age caught on cable, Never heard of it before I saw Evil Dead. But this movie has Bruce Campbell. But there's something about the fact of a maniac cop just showing up, and instead of helping you, he kills you. And there's like the creepy thing of him like going around whistling. Robert Sedar is
a legend.
no offense to he's dead, so no offense, but he has a special physical appearance, which just sells this movie.
You know what? There's a movie that would have been on my list if I had on physical, but it reminds me of that movie is Officer Down. Have you seen Officer Down?
Don't think I have. I don't think so.
Dude, Officer DOWNE.
Okay.
Down. Officer. Oh, you dude. So
making note to see that.
Clown from Slipknot directed that movie, but it's actually really good. It's really good. It's bonkers, but in a good way.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
but it reminds me just like Maniac Cop in many ways.
Next is a movie I know you will appreciate, Steve, and it is The Wicker Man.
The Wicker Man, yeah, for sure.
This is also a movie I've had in my collection several times. I had the old Anchor Bay edition that came in a wood box that had like the writing burned into it. Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Now I have this final cut where the director went in and made his final adjustments, and it maybe not the optimal version, but you have the other versions here as well, and the movie looks amazing on Blu-ray. Kind of hoping this gets a 4K release at some point.
Yeah, well, it should. I mean, it deserves it. I don't know if it should or would or will, but it deserves one.
Mm-hmm. As my stack gets lower and lower, I get brighter and brighter because there's a light behind here. Go towards the light, Caroline.
Go towards the light.
Then we have a fantasy sci-fi movie that I've loved ever since I was a youth, and that's Krull.
Yeah, Krull. I love Krull. That's awesome.
It's cheesy.
Totally.
It's really 80s. This slip cover here is kind of cool because it's made to look like a VHS.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so imaginative. Really like that movie, but I don't really know that many people who've seen it. So I'm like, we're talking about 80s movie now, like Krull. No, never heard of it.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it several times.
Many times. Then I have a movie that many people know about, but I still think it's an underrated movie because if you compare it to other things in this franchise, if you look back now, this movie just is the ultimate experience. Transformers, the movie. This is my my 30th anniversary Blu-ray, and the 35th anniversary edition is coming very soon, which is going to be a 4K.
Wow. That animation is great, though.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to jump to this. You mentioned, you had a movie on your list, Steve, directed by Sean Penn.
Yeah.
And I do as well. And that is The Pledge with Jack Nicholson.
Nice.
A touching and exciting, a very emotional, and ultimately a horribly sad movie about a police detective who doesn't know how to retire and just dedicates his retirement to solving this last case, and doesn't go particularly well for him. That was released on Blu-ray just a few months ago, and I was really happy that came out because I just had this awful DVD.
I almost put The Weight of Water on my my list too. I have it over there, but it's one of those ones I have. I have 200 or 300 discs. I probably could have brought out 150 and showed them for an hour and a half. Just what I believe are kind of make our list. Yeah.
So now this is one that probably a lot of people haven't heard about because it's something that's so strange that almost hard to fathom, and that it's a Danish Western.
Oh, nice. Is that Mads?
With
Yay.
it's Mads Mikkelsen. It's Ava Green.
Oh yeah.
Michael Persbrandt, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Jonathan Pryce.
Nice.
If you like westerns and movies about men taking horrible revenge upon other men, watch this movie. It's set in the United States, but Mads plays a Danish immigrant. And it's made by a Danish production company. But this one has gone under a lot of radars. And if you do love westerns, for God's sakes, watch this movie.
All right.
And my final pick is a movie that made me cry, and that is Merry Christmas, Mr. Orange.
Hey, that's one of my dad's favorite movies.
Yeah. Arrow Academy released a wonderful version of this movie a few years ago on Blu-ray. It looks fantastic. David Bowie kills it in this movie. He is so touching, so well played. And also you have Takeshi Kitano and what's his name? The guy who was in he played Monica's dad, I think, on
Elliot
Friends.
Gould.
No, not it's not Elliot Gould. It's someone else. I'm probably mistaken, but well, whatever. A cool actor. I'll find out till later. So yeah, that's my top retenity.
Awesome,
right.
dude.
Well,
Yeah, those were good.
those are excellent picks. I'm gonna switch gears, and you're gonna find out what a sappy, silly motherfucker I am. So to start off the
Like
list,
we didn't know.
Well, fair enough. Like, it's no surprise. But to start off my list, one of the first of the Clooney career, not the Tomatoes, not or what is it? Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of One Fine Day.
All right.
An old school romantic comedy, almost like a His Girl Friday, just back and forth. Michelle Pfeiffer, day in the life of these two attractive people falling in love. It's charming, and it really shows off George Clooney really, really well early on in his career. A star-making performance, or at least one of the earlier ones before he hit the speed bump that was Batman and Robin.
Yep.
Then, next up, Bad Times at the El Royale.
Yeah.
Which is sort of that one of those movies that came out the same year, earlier on in the year, if I'm not mistaken, as Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Takes place in the late 60s, and it sort of has a Tarantino-esque vibe to it, but it is definitely really good, and directed by Drew Goddard. And also, who's this handsome devil right here? That's John Hamm. So I couldn't leave John Hamm off my list.
There you go.
And then speaking of nothing in particular, there's no segue here. I got this the other day. Necessary Roughness, starring Kathy Ireland and Scott Bakula, Hector Elizondo.
That's an awesome movie.
Robert Loggia, and we get a little Sinbad in the side. It is. Some people like their what's the baseball movie with Tom Berenger?
Bull Durham.
No.
Oh God.
It's got Chuck Sheen.
Pull it. Yeah.
Major League.
Major League.
Some people like Major League. I'm more of a Necessary Roughness guy myself, and that's in no small part.
Robert Loggia is so good in that movie. By the way.
Yeah.
When he's given that pep talk to the team after he thrust into the captain's chair, so to speak. Becomes head coach for this one game, and you got to play football like what do you say, like Ted played football or whatever. You got to tear up their heads and shit down their necks.
It is,
it's gorgeous. It's such a gorgeous little performance, man. Awesome.
I haven't seen it, but it sounds fun.
Oh, it's fun.
It is sort of. It's just
it's
a
comedy.
Sports comedy. It's a cute little sports comedy. Now you said something in regards to one of the best car chases of all time, Turge. What film was that? I will
To Live and Die in LA.
To Live and Die in LA.
I will see your To Live and Die in LA, and I will raise you a vanishing point. Now
I have no problem with that.
Okay, thank you very much. This is, it is. I find it underrated. People know about it, but not a lot of people have seen it. It was an inspiration for Death Proof in terms of the Vanishing Point car was in it. And just breakneck speed, great car chases. And Cleavon Little as the DJ playing an amazing soundtrack. It is one of, like, I think the end scene with the Segriani and Bishop song is one of the greatest songs, greatest endings. Ambiguous, not even ambiguous. Guy dies. It's great. But I had to keep on the car chases, and as long as we're trolling other people and saying how there are things that we, not trolling, but supporting inside jokes, I don't know. I love Speed Racer. And I find Speed Racer is one of those movies that you love it or hate it. I hated it the first time I saw it, and I loved it the second time so much that I had to get this guy. I don't even know. Is it available on 4K yet?
Don't know. I don't. I can find out. Just keep talking about it.
This would be mind-blowing to be able to see it. Also, it's got the Christina Ricci, which is always a pleasure. And this is actually my favorite Christina Ricci because her as Trixie is just one of those dreams come true. Amazing cast with John Goodman and Emile Hirsch. And, Susan Sarandon is in. Everything about this is, I think, I'm not familiar enough with the original cartoon to say it's a perfect adaptation, but it certainly feels like what I think of when I think of Speed Racer.
No 4K yet.
No 4K yet. Thank you so much.
Now, I haven't seen it. I have no relationship to the anime, so it kind of just went by. I noticed that the movie came out. I knew it was directed by the Matrix peeps, but it just never happened. But I'm planning on seeing it, and maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised.
Well, and it is kinetic, and it is like watching a cartoon, and some people found it a little too flashy, a little too style over substance, but I think that it does have a good heart to it, and it does get gets the heart pumping. I really liked it.
I like cartoons.
Well, and it's, fair enough. And it is when you think of Speed Racer, it is a car racing cartoon, and though this may be live action, it is a car racing cartoon.
Right.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite DVDs, and it's a DVD, I don't have the Blu-ray for it, but is the Criterion Collection for Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. And it has the audio commentary with Hunter S. Thompson. But I couldn't necessarily call that an underrated part of my collection. So I went with my other Hunter S. Thompson, with Bill Murray playing the good doctor in the Buffalo Rome. Also with Peter Boyle, Renee Auberjonois is in here. It's got Craig T. Nelson. Good soundtrack, although I don't think this has the appropriate soundtrack, the original release soundtrack, just because of licensing rights that happened with the distribution. But this is a very interesting performance that many of Bill Murray's cast members on Saturday Night Live said made him into quite the asshole when he came back from filming that particular film. So really enjoy that.
I do believe he went straight to Ghostbusters after that movie.
It's
80,
possible.
Yeah, it might be. I think it was mentioned, and that he was kind of high on himself when he came back because it was supposed to be this really big, amazing, epic success, and it just wasn't.
Flopped. Flopped hard. It was. So then, again, something that people have heard of. I'm not sure how many people have seen it, but it involves an incredible cast. With Goldblum and Peter Weller and Ellen Barkin, Christopher Lloyd, obviously John Lithgow, Dan Hedaya. The list goes on and on. Fantastic, just off the wall. If you are hungover and you don't know what to do, but you know you have something to do later on in the afternoon, I recommend watching this. And if you're not hungover, save this one till the end of the night when you can have some inebriates with it, and you will cultivate quite the good one.
I love and in the ending of Steve Zissou, Life Aquatic, where they kind of mock up the walking around the canal scene from Buckaroo Banzai.
Yeah. Oh, and it's that homage, but that
lovely tip of the hat.
Yes, and every now and then I just post the end credits to Buckaroo Banzai because I love that song. And if I've said, I made this joke earlier in the week, if I made that song my ringtone, I would never answer my phone. I would just sit there and listen to the song. Now this one, a classic, well, not necessarily a classic, but certainly an old movie with Humphrey Bogart, and it's called Beat the Devil. It is a European high society, low life sort of crime. I wouldn't even call it a thriller. It's more of a sardonic noir, but it has so much personality. It is a little bit of a Casablanca reunion because you do get Peter Lorre in there, and also Bernard Lee is in here, M from the early James Bond movies, and just a fantastic performance of almost what would happen to Rick if he ended up not with Ilsa, which he doesn't, ends up just on the Spanish coast and being like, well, whatever we want. We're going to drink until we got to get out of town. All right, then I guess we're going. Oh, Terje, you and P. Stew. That's awesome. Then I'm going to... I got another Bill Murray, which is...
That's the one I thought... That's the one I was thinking about right before Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Yes, this is the one. This is the movie that he made and he asked to make, and they couldn't get funding for it. And then they said, well, he said, if I don't get to make this movie, then I won't make Ghostbusters. Now, this is really good. It's got Catherine Hicks, whom some people may remember from Star Trek 4. She was also in Seventh Heaven. But this is also Brian Doyle Murray plays a role in this. Denholm Elliott. This was a tough one to find. I know not a lot of people... I don't know if a lot of people have seen it. I remember this from when I worked at a video store in the mid-90s. And I watched this and I was like, this is kind of boring. And then The Great Gatsby came out, the Baz Luhrmann Great Gatsby. And I was like, I have a hankering to watch The Razor's Edge again. And I sort of prefer this one as a man coming of age and learning maturity through not following the path that is expected of him. Who knew that I would like that? And then my number 10, although I do have an up to 11, Wimbledon.
Okay.
Have you guys seen Wimbledon?
No.
So Wimbledon is about Wimbledon, the tennis match. It's got Paul Bettany. Kirsten Dunst is in there. They don't play tennis against each other, but also Sam Neill plays Kirsten Dunst's dad. And there's this whole thing about her hooking up with him and what that would do with her chances to win the championship. There's some excellent cinematography. And again, it's a sports movie. For a guy who doesn't like sports, this is definitely up there. I really enjoy it. And I am a sucker for romantic comedies. I've always had a soft spot for Kirsten Dunst. And whenever I can get Paul Bettany in a lead role, I will take it. And then finally, the Joe Dante epic of Matinee, which I have always I enjoyed. It takes place over the weekend of not the weekend, but it takes place during the Cuban Missile Crisis, coming of age, through the prism of seeing horror movies as a teenager, while John Goodman plays one of the innovators of cinema going experiences by trying to have gimmicks like things swinging from the ceiling, electrifying seats, fog machines and whatnot, and a traveling show. And so not only, and it's also because it's a Joe Dante movie, you do get Dick Miller and you do get Robert Picardo. So there is a cast of favorites or at least, hey, it's that guy. And I've always found this really entertaining. And man, it's a horror movie within my delightful coming of age. So that's my 10.
Cool.
Yeah, I thought so. And also, if I can throw one, it's right behind me, but I'm not going to pull it out. Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion.
Don't pull it out.
Don't pull it out.
All right.
Keep it in.
Keep it
in.
Yeah, dude. Those
good
were
selection.
Those were all good. Yeah.
A lot of movies there that I haven't seen, so I'll make a note to check some of them out.
Well, definitely Wimbledon.
Right. That movie sounds horrible, by the way.
But the thing, and it's personal taste, just because obviously I have a couple of romantic comedies in there. I enjoy sort of the warm hug of waking up, having coffee and watching something like that. Or even, watching on a date and being like, what do you want to watch? Do you want to watch, You know, we can watch the Dark Knight trilogy if you want, or we can watch a tennis movie. And most chicks are like, tennis
movie.
Hey,
What?
I have mail on the way. I've ordered Tootsie on Criterion.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Nice.
Tootsie.
That would be really good. And Bill Murray.
And I adore those scenes with what's he called, the actor who plays the old actor in it that falls in love with Tootsie, and he constantly goes over to her apartment, and there's this one scene where she's rejecting him, and it's so comedic.
Why do I want to say Dabney Coleman? It's always
because it is Dabney Coleman.
It's
okay,
Dabney
good.
Coleman. I was going to say the same thing, but I'm like, wait, no, that's 9 to 5, right? That's not. Well, it's both.
Is it? It isn't Dabney Coleman, is it? Is it?
Dabney Coleman's 9 to 5 for sure. But
no, it's Charles Durning. Charles Durning.
Yeah, Charles Durning.
Oh, right, Charles Durning. Okay.
No, it's not. No. I'm checking out the IMDb page because I can't, for the love of God, remember what the name of the actor who plays that does. He was in.
Like Charles Durning's kind of would be old. Even back then, he would have been older, too old.
Well, that would have been circa.
Oh no, I have it. George Gaines.
Oh, George.
Yeah.
Punker.
Mm-hmm. Punker.
Yep.
And Commandant Lassard, if I remember.
Yep.
Yes.
But yeah, fantastic.
Awesome.
So I'm wondering, are there any? I don't think that there were any on any of your lists that I would personally take umbrage with in terms of being underrated.
Well, yeah, I mean, it all depends on your definition, and you could get really ticky-tack about it, but this was just kind of no definitions, just kind of, what we had in our collection that we felt were underrated and wanted to share. And there's, like I said, there's a ton, and I can think of them right now. Like there's some foreign movies I didn't put in, like Man Bites Dog. Man Bites Dog is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I didn't put that in there, but yeah. Look at that. You did whip it out, didn't you?
I whipped it out.
I see a comment down here by Tal Michael who says that the cover art for Wimbledon looks a bit like softcore, and that's basically the same with Romy and Michelle.
Well, yeah, but those are those 80s and early 90s covers were all kind of like that, right?
But the thing is, a lot of people watch ladies tennis just for the grunting,
right?
Mm-hmm.
So. Now I have a plot. I apologize. It is softcore, but I'm more of a plot with my porn kind of guy.
There you go.
That's kind of like saying you read Playboy for the articles.
I do. No one believes me.
It's like I watch tennis for the tennis.
Yeah, of course you do. Why are you wearing a poncho, you weirdo?
Right. The hot summer's day.
Yeah.
Or in the movie theater.
Yeah.
You guys. It's too bad that we lost Kat. I would have loved to have
I know. I was hoping that maybe she dropped out to grab her list, but
no, her list is actually in the chat. I noticed that she said sorry, had to go, something unexpected came up.
Oh, that's fine.
Then she posted her list.
Well, we'll get to it.
Top 5. So yeah,
let's go ahead and go to the chat, and we'll start running down. Let's go see what the super chats and tips are. We got a few actually. So Scotty, if you wouldn't mind reading those out.
Games, movies, and comics are us. Subscribe.
Let's go from the bottom. If you
Let's do that. All right. Rico3269 has subscribed. Thank you. Service Service guarantees citizenship. So thank you, Rico. Thank you so much for the 99 super sticker. I appreciate it so much. LDG of Geeks Enjoy has subscribed. Thank you so much, LDG. I think LDG. I think I saw you yesterday.
Yeah, but and sometimes there's a resubscription because YouTube likes to just cut people off, like unsubscribe people for no reason. No, I don't know why it happens, but it does happen.
I think it was LDG was on one of the streams that I was on yesterday.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. Imagine if the newspapers did that. I'm like, I would like to subscribe to the New York Times, please. And yes, sir, you may. And then the next day they call you, you're unsubscribed, sir.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. You get 2 papers, and then it's like by Wednesday, it's like, where'd my paper? Oh, we didn't know you still wanted it.
Yeah, you can subscribe again on Monday.
I don't know why that happens, but it does.
Yep. Moldy Han sent a 99-cent super chat. Thank you, Moldy. Appreciate it. Anonymous tipped $3. Oh, Pootie Tang is the greatest underrated film of all time, and I will die on my hill of rotting corpses. Leapitan on the Chlemendes, Hennetan on my demicays. I'm a Kinja Poosta. I'm a Kaide Poosta. Sunny day on the runny side. That
On the runny side.
That is beautiful. Thank you, Anonymous. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I think I know who Anonymous is, but I will keep them safely anonymous. I don't unfortunately have that particular movie on physical, or else it would absolutely be on my list. It's one of my favorites too.
I've got it somewhere, but it's in one of the boxes, and it's a triple bill, so it doesn't really count as being on physical.
That's fine.
It's
still, it's still a copy.
True. Anonymous tipped $1 Euro Trip is a close second. Oh, Scotty doesn't know, so don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know, so don't tell Scotty. You know, that song is the bane of my existence, but thank you for the $1.
I haven't I think I've seen Euro Trip once. I don't remember liking it, so I don't know.
Well, and Fred Armisen is good in it as well. And then Games, Movies, and Comics R Us has subscribed, and thank you for that as well, GMCRU.
All right, let's get over to the chat and see what everybody's talking about today.
Yes, let's.
It's been a Friday. All right, cool. Here we go, Todd Michael.
Hey, Todd Michael is here. Turjay, do you want to handle Todd Michaels?
I can handle Todd Michael. Todd Michael says, when I was just a little girl, asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me.
And all together now.
And it's
Que
sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be.
The
we're so in
future's
tune.
not ours to see. Que sera. No? All right.
Yeah.
anyways.
Join our new karaoke program.
Now that we've driven all four of the people watching off the show, we can end it
on a show.
Oh no!
Tonight on the free for all, 2 people were killed by horrible singing.
And the super sticker that came in. What is this?
What is this? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Cameron Coleman 7 on 7.
Oh yeah, 7 on 7. We played, so that just for everybody's kind of edumacation there. This drops the 7th day of each month. It's 7 on 7 on the 7th day of each month, leading up to, I suppose, the release of season 3. So we have played the 2 prior to this one, the 3rd one in the series so far. We played them on the each time they drop. We played them on the show. So. It's the
first time I've seen it, so I was I didn't know about that series.
Oh man, they're good.
7 on 7.
Yeah,
cool little webisodes.
Cool whip.
Cool whip. Todd Michael says,
"Look at that crystal clear video we got there." And that was to Slice Night and her crystal clear internet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
New favorite quote of the day, not relevant, Scott.
Yep, I get that more than you think.
DS9. Yeah, I agree. Regarding DS9, I saw that they're doing 2 figures in the Mego style from DS9, Cisco and Quark.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
Which is, quite cheap figures. They're like $19 a pop.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
And the Cisco one was quite detailed. I liked it.
Hand waves and
greetings. Thank you, LDG. Todd Michael says, welcome to LDG of Geeks and Joy.
I wonder if anyone is going to name Shakes the Clown.
If I had it.
But I have I should have brought it up. I have A Clown in Babylon, which is a fucking dope movie. Cool noir clown movie. Anyways, but I left it. It's just so obscure that I didn't know if it really should make the list or not. And then, like I said about Man Bites Dog, I left that off the list. There's some other ones too. Like, I'm surprised nobody brought out Dread, because that's one that I would totally, but I don't have it on physical. I have it on digital.
I have both. I have Judge Dredd and Dredd.
Yeah, not Judge Dredd, but Dredd. I think is totally underrated, and it's underseen and well, maybe not underappreciated.
There
boom.
he is.
That movie have it.
Fantastic.
My problem was, and the reason I didn't pull it out is because I was certain that you were going to pull it out because it was in the thumbnail to the video.
Yeah.
So I didn't think, but yeah, no, this is amazing.
Well, no, I didn't put Snowpiercer either because that's on both of those I own, but they're on digital and not physical. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Todd Michael Janisevsky says Cult Classic Movie Corner every Thursday at 3 p.m. on this very channel, and that's true.
Story.
True story. Martinis, Gadget, and Guns every Wednesday at 9 p.m. EST.
True.
Last Temptation of Christ is one of my favorite films. So
me too.
Love.
Me too. It's one of my favorites too. It might be well. At one point on the show, we'll run down our favorite Scorsese movies. But yeah, it's way up there for me.
Who was it that played Judas in that movie? Was it
Harvey Keitel? No, yeah, Harvey Keitel.
Yeah, Harvey Keitel. Great casting.
Slice Knight says, sorry, had to go. Something unexpected came up. I hope everything is on. I hope it was a good thing that came up.
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't that poor or that bad. Slice Knight also says, my underrated list in no particular order. Cloud Atlas. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Two Hands, Heath Ledger's first lead role. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen that in a long time. I think I saw it one time.
Inherent Vice. Great. I liked Inherent Vice a lot.
Yeah.
And Babel at number 4.
Oh, Babel with well, it's an ensemble cast, right? But with Brad Pitt and yeah.
And Alexander Siddig, Deep Space Nine, and Insomnia '97. I wonder.
It's the Norwegian original. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm very pleased to see that. Hail Norway! It is a really good movie. It is with brain freeze. Skarsgård? No? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So right? I think so. Stellan Skarsgård.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I really liked the remake as well with Robin Williams.
Oh, me too. I think it's an amazing film. And talk about underrated. That's even underrated in the pantheon of Christopher Nolan.
No, yeah, absolutely.
And it should be. It's I think it's one of his best movies.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yep. Oh, and the beat goes on. Says Enemy Mine. I do really agree that movie is spectacular.
Zombies.
Yeah.
I love that movie. Totally awesome. I don't own it on physical. I don't think.
No, I don't.
I might have it. I don't have to see. Yeah, I forgot about that one. That's a good one.
Welcome and the beat goes on. Saptari.
Major League. I know. I brain farted all over that. I apologize.
And a bunch of kind of hails back and forth.
Todd Michael says at me, just let Speed Racer flow through you. Go in expecting nothing and just let the sheer style flow through you. There's a lot of flowing and a lot of flowing through me here, and that's it's okay.
Right.
I'll go with the flow.
No, you know what? I think you'll like it. I think you'll like this film.
I think so as well.
It's kind of up your alley.
Yeah.
You know, not only is it like a live action comic, come to life, or cartoon come to life, but I think you'll like the stylistic part of it too. So I think you'll dig it.
It's too bad because I have the digital copy here, but it expired in 2009.
Mm.
I hate it when digital stuff expires.
Doesn't make a lick of sense.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, Captain Deckard Spock is here with a big bucket of corn. Thank you for being here, sir. Games, Movies, and Comics R Us says, "What up, Darius Munchausen sent? Oh, what up, Darius Munchausen sent you? Well, thank you. Thank you for showing. Thank you for being here. And as always, Darius Munchausen, gentleman, scholar,
That's
all
awesome.
of the above. Yeah.
No,
And
that's
you're
it.
sub now. Well, thanks you so
brother.
much. Yeah.
You
Or
are.
sister, or however you identify.
Todd Michaels welcomes the captain and Games, Movies, and Comics R Us.
Hail Darius.
That,
Oh, I didn't even know what
I
that
do believe that is Polish, if I'm not mistaken.
You know, we don't have to even try going there.
Todd Michael says, I love that Peter Weller received his PhD in 2014. Perhaps I'll find time to finish my MA before I die. MA, is that like a master's degree?
Yes, I think
yeah.
so. I don't know. I'm not educated.
I'll find time to finish my Massachusetts before I die.
Right. If I'm not mistaken, Peter Weller received his PhD for history. I think as a history scholar.
Yeah, no matter where you go, there you are. Absolutely. No, and also one of the great Buckaroo Banzai quotes, "Don't be mean. There's no reason to be mean."
That's right.
That cover art to Wimbledon looks a bit like softcore.
It does.
Look at that sweaty arm. It is so important to know if the pizza gets delivered at the end of the story.
Yeah, I'm here to fix the cable.
Right.
10 Mil's okay. Romeo and Michelle is a great film. Thank you, 10 Mil.
Not seen it. Tal Michael says Dread equals best drug special effects ever. And, yes.
Yeah, and also if you want to see a guy get shot in slow motion, oh my god.
Yeah, it's a good one, man. I like that movie.
It is really good.
It sucks that it didn't get as wide a release and people see it. And I think I don't know if it was the marketing or a combination of the marketing and just people thought that maybe what
it's the 3D. It's because it was labeled as Dread 3D.
But that movie looks spectacular in 3D.
It does. I saw it.
I was wondering if people thought maybe it was like a part 2 of Judge Dredd, and people, a lot of people didn't like Judge Dredd, and that's fine. But I think maybe that had something to do with it as well, because I don't remember being marketed the right way either.
But what did you guys think about the Sylvester Stallone Dredd movie?
I didn't really care for it.
Yeah, if I had a choice,
it's kind of a guilty pleasure, I think. It's fun. I think he does a pretty good Judge Dredd. I just don't like the fact that he had so much star power that he felt that he had to remove the helmet so early in the movie.
Yeah, I prefer.
But I do like when he says in the way Sylvester Stallone only can say things, and he's like,
yeah, right. No, it's amazing.
I prefer Demolition Man.
Yeah, ditto.
Yeah.
But also Diane Lane in the judge uniform.
Yeah.
Boy howdy,
Diane Lane in anything, at any time, anywhere.
Please arrest me.
Oh, Midnight Run. I wish I had Midnight Run.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. And the beat goes on. Great show. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think that's going to do it for us today, guys.
All right. Well, before we eject, Monday night we got the Set to Stun. We're going to be talking about the trouble with I forget the name of the episode, but episode 5 of Lower Decks. Chandra's going to be back, and we're going to be ranking, or at least talking about, our favorite 2-parters across Star Trek. And then on Wednesday night, Kat and I are going to be jumping all the way to Casino Royale for Martinis, Gadgets, and Guns as we roll towards No Time to Die. Anything going on Thursday, Turjay?
No, it's pushed to Friday, because on Thursday, like I said yesterday, I'll be stuffing my face with popcorn and watching Dune.
So I think what we're going to do is next Friday, we're going to roll the Friday Free for All and Cult Classic Movie Corner into one show, extended show.
Okay.
So I think what we'll do is we'll do the intros and everything just like we do, and the backgrounds, and then we'll change it up when we go into the Friday free for all. But I think that'll be good, and we'll just do an extended show that day. We can
double bill.
A double bill. If you're good with starting at this time, we'll do that. Perfect.
Should work. Yeah, should work.
Yeah, well, we just instead of doing this all planning of this all behind the scenes, we'll just do it live right here. Why not?
Perfect.
Sorry about that, but yeah, it just kind of came to me, and I'm like, yeah, why don't we just do it like that? It just seems like a good way to do do for next Friday.
Let the small ideas come to me.
We'll figure out. We'll figure out what to do. What we're going to do for free for all. But what movie do we have next week?
Really schlocky old horror movie called Humanoids from the Deep.
I have not seen Humanoids from the Deep.
Me neither. I haven't seen it yet. So, I received it a couple of days ago from British 88 Films. I had 3 movies in the mail. Street Fighter with Jean-Claude and the Addams Family Man. And then I had Humanoids from the Deep and this Italian cannibal movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We like Italian cannibal movies.
Yeah. Had to put a picture on Facebook. I had to censor the wonderful woman's tits, but the head on the steak, fine. It's totally fine.
Right. Totally fine.
Yeah.
So let's do that next Friday for the free for all. We'll do an extended show. We'll just do it all together. Unless you have anything else, Scotty, I think that's pretty much it for us.
I think so. And as soon as we know what's going on with the daily Fantasmagorium, we will let you know, kind viewers, watchers, listeners. Don't forget to shoot over to thefantasmagoriumshow.com. Check out the audio for all of our past episodes. Check out our Twitter. We usually keep it updated semi-regularly to keep you in the know. Facebook page all the time. Thank you very much for coming with us.
Also, they changed over at the end of last week or beginning of this week. I can't remember which. They switched us over to the community tab from the discussion tab. So now that we have the community tab, we can kind of keep you more updated on that. So kind of check that out. We'll do little posts to kind of keep you like at the beginning of the week, I posted a little meme that just said, what we were going to do for Friday free for all. And so kind of check in there if you for updates. Also you can become a member of the channel now for as little as $1 a month, 99 cents. But there's some cool perks in there as the tiers go up. And if you have any suggestions on perks or how you want those things to go, please don't hesitate to let us know. Just use the contact form to contact us on our website. But yeah, membership has its privileges, as they say. So we have tiers. Other than that, I think that'll do it, man. It was great to be back on with you, Scott, and Turge.
Good to see you again.
It's been it's been a while since Scott. It seems like it's been a long time since Scott and I did a show together. I know that we had planned not to do the shows this week. And Monday, I was already like jonesing to do the show. I was like, I felt like, man, I'm missing out. What am I, you know what I mean? So hopefully we can figure out a good schedule that matches everybody's schedule and bring that to you. I think what we'll probably do is it'll just be a little later in the afternoon for me and later at night for Scotty. But I think that'll probably work out good. And until next time, everyone, for Scotty R37 and Turge Tiberius Mork, I am Steve Foley, and please buy my book. It is available right now in digital form and in paperback. 99 cents for the digital download at a Kindle. Unless you have Kindle Unlimited, then it's free. $9.99 for the paperback, and I think next week we'll finally have the audio version available. And I don't know exactly how much. That'll probably be about $15.
Is it read by Gilbert Gottfried?
It's not.
The best audiobook voice ever.
But
I can't wait to buy the popcorn.
Right. I did get I got an actor from Canada, Canadian actor who's got a great voice. So yeah, he read the book and we finalized all that, and now it's going through the review process. But yeah, so please do that. Buy the book if you can, and let me know what you think about it. And here's the trailer for it. We'll see you guys all next week. Bye-bye.
See you guys.